On the wedding day, the younger sister handed the bridal bouquet to her older sister. She even gave her the wedding money of $100 million along with the precious chance to marry into a wealthy family. Yet she chose to follow her divorced mother instead, only because in her previous life she married into that wealthy house and soon faced complete ruin. However, the older sister became the youngest professor with the help of their mother. In a burst of rage, she used a knife to end her older sister's life. Unexpectedly, fate gave her a rare chance to start again. Since that was the case, the younger sister swore she would change her destiny. Right after that, the scene at the beginning unfolded, but she had no idea the older sister was also reborn. In the previous life, the older sister became a professor only through years of painful suffering under their mother, so she decided to give this cruel mother to the younger sister. Soon the two switched their wedding gowns and walked into the ceremony. The woman openly told her new-in-laws she had long wanted to marry into a wealthy home. She pleaded for their approval to swap the marriage with her younger sister. The elderly couple saw her honesty. Combined with the fact that the wedding was already happening, they felt marrying either woman was still a marriage, so they did not make things hard and let her walk onto the stage. But everyone waited and waited, yet still saw no sign of the groom. The younger sister quietly rejoiced beneath the stage. In her previous life, the groom had been so focused on research that he never showed up. It made her cry, scream, and lose all face. This time she wanted her older sister to feel that sharp heartbreak. Yet the woman did not break down the way everyone imagined. She simply picked up a glass of water and thanked everyone for taking time out of their busy lives to attend her wedding. She explained that her groom was devoted to national work that benefited humanity. She apologized to everyone on behalf of her late arriving groom. Her sincere words instantly earned everyone admiration. The younger sister thought, go ahead and pretend. In this life your husband will never come. But the next moment the doors suddenly opened. The groom had actually rushed to the wedding. This left the younger sister completely stunned. She did not know the older sister had gently reminded the mother-in-law earlier. Since men often get absorbed in research, she asked her to call and remind him. Once the man got the call, he hurried over immediately. He apologized for his lateness to both his wife and the guests. This made the younger sister jealous to her core. All she could do was grit her teeth and wait for their family to go bankrupt so she could enjoy the show. The next morning, the older sister woke up early and prepared a warm breakfast for the whole family. In her previous life, she had mastered excellent cooking just to please her parents. As expected, the elderly couple praised her endlessly after tasting it. This made the younger sister-in-law furious. She complained that pleasing parents was pointless. Her brother was famously restrained, so no matter how the woman performed, nothing would work. But when the man came downstairs, the first thing he asked was whether his wife slept well last night. The younger sister-in-law was shocked. In just one night, her brother had already fallen. Helpless, she could only throw out harsh words. She angrily declared she would never accept her as her sister-in-law. Once the little troublemaker walked off, the man suggested using their marriage leave to buy the woman a few new outfits. The elderly couple quickly urged them to go and build a stronger bond. But unexpectedly, the woman took the man to a supermarket. The husband asked in confusion what she meant by that. The woman replied that life was not meant for wasteful luxury but for a family to live happily together. The man was surprised that his wife could say something so thoughtful, so he took over the task of paying for everything. Then in just that moment, they happened to run into the younger sister and the mother. The mother mocked the woman, asking why she was grocery shopping right after marriage. She wondered if her life in the wealthy home was already disappointing. The younger sister secretly felt delighted. In her previous life, even though the man was stingy, he never made her grocery shop. To her, this meant the older sister was treated like a maid. She then started showing off how wonderfully her mother treated her. Every luxury bag in her hands was a gift from her mother. The older sister knew all of this was just their way of fattening pigs. Only a fat enough pig could be sold for a better price. Then the mother said that since she was already married, she should bring her husband home for a visit. In a few days was her grandmother's 80th birthday. She asked her to bring her wealthy in-laws so they could see how much they valued her. After that, the mother and daughter walked out of the store hand in hand. Right then, the man came back from paying. The woman did not tell him what happened, but she knew the younger sister was planning something. In her previous life, the wealthy family had a sudden car accident on the day of the birthday banquet. The younger sister must have known this and wanted to watch her suffer. After returning home, she told the father-in-law about the birthday banquet. He treated it with great importance. He suggested the mother-in-law and the man go with her to prepare gifts, but the younger sister-in-law said there was no reason for her to attend her grandmother-in-law's birthday. She already planned to get her nails done with friends and had no time. The woman remembered the younger sister-in-law had the accident on the way to get her nails done in the previous life. She had to stop her. Yet no matter what she said, the younger sister-in-law refused to go. Helpless, the woman suggested letting the driver take her. That way she could feel more at ease. After much convincing, the younger sister-in-law finally agreed. Meanwhile, the banquet had already begun. The scheming younger sister was still expecting the younger sister-in-law to have a car accident. Then the older sister and her wealthy family would have another accident on their way. She wanted the older sister to taste the misery she once felt. Before long, the woman arrived at the banquet, but she came alone with none of her wealthy in-laws. The mother asked angrily why she was here by herself. She assumed the woman was already being ignored right after the wedding. The woman asked why she was so certain. What if they were simply preparing a gift? The younger sister said that was impossible and no one would come today. After all, who would care about someone unimportant? Before she finished speaking, a message came through. The younger sister gloated, saying the wealthy family had just been in a car accident. They would not be able to come to the banquet. Everyone immediately changed their expressions. They had hoped to use the woman to connect with the wealthy family. Now they believed they might never have that chance again. The father then insisted the older sister hand over her money for the family to keep. He claimed that if the wealthy man went bankrupt, she would have nothing. The woman asked why, since she no longer had ties to their family. Seeing his daughter refuse him, the father announced she was no longer welcome at the banquet. The grandmother asked who dared to touch her granddaughter. But the mother said a married daughter was like water thrown away. Since her wealthy in-laws had died, she was useless. Before she finished speaking, the voice she dreamed of hearing came from behind. Everyone turned to see there had been no real accident. The wealthy couple and their 2 children did not even have a scratch. The scheming younger sister was instantly stunned.